Muy buenas a todos, soy Focumero, esto es Focumero Gaming, estamos hoy además en Spellforce 3, estamos a punto de viajar a la isla para recuperar el orbe que nos queda de los moldeadores. Creo que era una isla, en este caso parece que hay que ir al gremio del creador. Entonces la misión es del gremio del creador, la que nos espera hoy. Porque aquí no está la isla desconocida. Y hemos llegado. Para llegar hasta allá arriba habrá que cruzar por aquí, imagino. Vamos a abrir este cofre a ver qué hay. Ah, no. Tengo que ir aquí al gremio este. Seguimos en el mismo mapa, pero hemos cambiado. Estamos aquí ahora. Cogemos el cofre, nada importante. En principio, vamos a entrar dentro. Vamos a activar esto para no tener que hablar más con el barquero. Y vamos a entrar al gremio del creador. A ver qué nos cuentan. Tengo que preguntar por Watley.
As a neutral, apolitical association of mages solely devoted to the study of magic, the members of the Creators Guild were among the few gifted that
Here we are. Impressive.
And there's people down the hall. We should...
Interesting. We do not get visitors often these times.
Who are you?
I'm Undergast. I suppose you could call me the head of the guild. I sensed someone was coming and that someone had an intriguing aura. Now I know who it is. You are Isamo TAHAR's child, are you not?
How do you know?
Well, I have studied Isamo TAHAR's magic quite extensively, especially since the end of the Mage Wars. He was a remarkable man. Yours and his magical aura have a lot of similarities.
¿Cómo es eso de que nuestras auras son similares?
How are our auras similar?
Well, hard to say. You can simply tell that you're related. And there's something else about you that is, well, strange.
¿Puedes explicarte un poquito mejor?
A lot. Could you elaborate?
It is hard to say. There's something peculiar about you. An oddity in your aura which I cannot make sense of. I'm sorry. Either way, I assume you were here for a reason. How may we, the little that is left of us, help you?
Cuéntame más cosas sobre el gremio del
I was
creador.
wondering if you could tell me more about the Creators Guild.
Maybe I should begin with the question, what do you know about us already?
I know that you are a neutral association of mages that didn't participate in the Mage Wars. That's about it.
Well, and that is about the core of our guild. We are mages devoted to study, science, and the preservation of knowledge, and we do not involve ourselves in political conflict. We were founded in the year 231 by a woman named God of Boundary. Ever since, the Creators Guild has been a constant in the ever-changing political landscape of Northanger.
Entonces eres el líder del gremio.
So you are the leader of the guild?
Well, I do not see myself as such, but yes, the majority of the guild considers me its leader.
El barquero me habló de un ataque en la
The
isla.
Ferryman told me about an attack on the guild after the Mage Wars. He said it was the reason that there are so few mages left on the island. Is that true?
Yes, but it was not just the attack. There was also an internal disagreement.
¿Cómo acabó ese
That
ataque?
attack, how did it end? Am I right to assume you stopped it?
Of course. They were trying to kill us, so we fought back and killed them instead. At least until their morale was broken. Looking back, I think that this display of power was something we should have done earlier. Only because we were peaceful, the people who attacked us assumed that we were defenseless. They will not make the same mistake again.
That's a very
Obvio.
dry way of seeing it.
If by dry you mean that it lacks the emotional aspect most people would add to a statement like this, then yes, I suppose it is. But again, it was not only the attack that diminished our numbers, but also a disagreement we had within the guild.
What kind of disagreement?
I would prefer not to talk about it. I am sorry.
¿Y sabes algo sobre el labor de sangre?
Actually, we're here for a reason. We're investigating the blood burn. Is there anything you or your guild knows about it?
The blood burn? You're studying it?
I guess you could say that, yes.
Interesting. No, we do not know more about it than most alchemists or apothecaries at this point, though our general consensus is that we doubt the corporeal origin of the plague. There is magic involved in it.
Well, you're right about that. It's magical, and it's connected to the Shapers.
The Tsarland, that's interesting. Say, would you mind to tell me more? You seem to know a lot of variables which we are not aware of yet.
I'm sorry, but I can't.
Why can't you? Sharing whatever information you have might be pivotal in the discovery of a cure.
Puede que tenga razón.
Maybe you're right. I'll tell you, but we should find somewhere to sit. It's a long story.
Of course. Well, this is both fascinating and peculiar.
What do you make of it?
I do not believe in visions and prophecy, unless they come from a dreamweaver, so I'm uncertain. There is no arguing that this man Rondar Lacane knew more about the blood burn than most people. And his clues led you to Mullendeer, which is nothing short of impressive. So you believe that the blood burn is caused by Shaper telepathy. Is that correct?
It is a theory, but yeah. Rogue telepathy, so to speak.
I see. I would like to come with you.
What?
I was clear, was I not? I would like to come with you. Your story is nothing short of fascinating. The Shaper City, the blood burn, and this nexus.
Otro que se une al grupo.
I would like to accompany you and help. I have a wide knowledge of the magic and the Shapers, and have a strong interest in finding a cure for
Otro
the
mago.
blood burn.
What about the guild? Aren't you their leader?
I am, but that does not bind me to stay. It is common for creators' mages to head out to expeditions. They have become rarer due to the war, but still, there is nothing stopping me from coming back when our business is concluded.
Bueno, ¿por qué no? Competencia para el nano, para ese Grim.
Why not? Just know that it will be dangerous.
I can defend myself. Quite well, in fact. However, there is one thing I need to finish before I come with you. Study. Maybe you could help. This would facilitate matters.
As long as it doesn't take too much time, yes. What are you studying?
Simple. I have always been fascinated by the notion of sentience and the mind in general. What creates consciousness? What is it that distinguishes us as humans from a wolf who is slave to his instincts? Quite recently, a group of refugees who arrived in Everlight told me of a bizarre sight. They said that a stone golem took over the abandoned mine near the gates and has grown a soul, and apparently has been trading with the villagers and even befriended one of them. It all seems highly unlikely, but I want to investigate it.
¿Y cómo es eso posible?
So, how is that even possible?
I do not know. It is not the first time people have reported such occurrences, but most of the times they turned out to be a hoax. This is the first case I've heard that might be legitimate. If it's true, this might change the world forever. Can you imagine? The ramifications of such a discovery would be monumental. It is currently believed that only the 5 principal kinds are capable of conscious thought. Disproving that would change everything. Suddenly, would killing a monster not be a homicidal act? Would putting them in a cage not be considered slavery? And finally, is it right for the principal kinds to consider themselves special, chosen by the Guardians?
What do you need my help with?
Well, this is all an exciting scholarly prospect, but a golem is still a golem. So if the monster goes feral, I will require assistance. I can defend myself, but still it would be unwise to go there alone. I will get prepared and meet you at the mine. Do you know where it is?
Tell me.
Up north, at the top of the Iskander mountain. I will go as soon as possible.
Fair enough. I'll see you there.
Vale, pues ya está. Hay que ayudar a este también. Vamos a ver qué vende este tipo.
Odd fellow. But he's a capable mage, that's for sure.
Espera, aquí hay un cofre. Vamos a ver qué hay. Le cambia a este tipo el hacha, pero no estoy seguro si estoy haciéndolo bien. Ya que me gusta mucho también este hacha. Sin embargo, este hace succión de daño. Bastante mejor.
Corporal?
Vamos a bajar de planta.
Now would you look at that?
Y vamos a hablar con el comerciante de aquí y aparte con este.
Interesting. Let's see.
Hey, you're an adventurer, aren't you?
Este vende
Come
báculos.
take a look. I'm sure I've got something that might spark your interest.
Daño de hielo, daño de fuego. Esto aumenta el daño. Este hacha está muy chula. Esta arma la tengo ya, creo. Y a ver, las armaduras. Es un poco de todo por lo que veo. Armadura de 7 de constitución. No sé cuánta constitución tiene esta pava, pero quizás me interesaría. Meter una armadura mejor. Tiene 4.
Yes?
Este tiene 5, ¿vale? Este tiene buena armadura. Además no se puede cambiar. Esta sí.
What?
Tiene 4. ¿Qué tienes con 4?
Axes, daggers, swords, everything for the wary traveler.
Con 4 no tienes mucho. Tienes esto, pero... Y lo siguiente es 5. Esto es una túnica. Comentar poder de los hechizos de la magia blanca. Y déjame que vea las armas. Esta espada. Espada ardiente, inflige daño de fuego. No sé, puede que la compre. ¿Qué más tienes aparte de eso? Daño de fuego. Esto contra los muertos. Y esto es arma de asta invernal. Tipo de daño adicional hielo. Voy a comprar esto. Daño negro. Daño de fuego. Voy a comprar esta espada, va. Y voy a vender... No sé si vender estas pociones. Esencias demoníacas. Y ya está.
A fair offer.
Y creo que esta voy a poner duales. Para que tal se desenvuelva con ellas. Esta habilidad, por tanto, no puedo utilizarla. Pero quizás tenga otra. No, únicamente tiene flechas. Pero bueno, vamos a probarla con duales, a ver qué tal funciona. Vamos a hablar con el tipo de aquí.
Sounds like a plan.
You have a strange aura. Interesting.
¿Perdona?
I beg your pardon?
Your aura, it's different, cold. Anyway, forgive my...
I'm
Qué
looking
pesados
for
con el aura, ¿eh?
an archaeologist named Albertus Watley.
Azuley.
That man obsessed with his island?
Yes. What do you know about him?
Not much. Only that he showed up here some years ago asking for funding for his bizarre excavation. All the nobles who usually fund these kinds of things had rejected him. However, he didn't have any proof backing up his claims, other than him claiming to be of Hibernian ancestry, just like Queen Aelith. So we had to send him away as well, which didn't stop him from digging.
¿Se considera hiberniano?
He thinks he's a Hibernian?
Well, he said that his great-great-great-great-grandmother was part Hibernian or something along those lines, though he didn't have any of the Queen's gifts.
And he also claimed that, through his heritage, he has been having those strange dreams since his childhood, of a secluded island within the Black Sea that no explorer has ever laid eyes upon.
And I take it you didn't believe him.
Well, I wanted to, and so did the other archivers. But the moment we start giving out money for fascinating stories alone is the moment we will stop existing.
¿Por qué excavaría en Luz Eterna para encontrar una isla?
Why would he dig in Everlight to find an island?
Because apparently there's a Shaper portal that might take him there. Or a Hibernian portal, I don't remember, it's been a while.
Fascinating.
¿Cómo inició la excavación sin dinero?
You and the nobles denied him the means to do an excavation. How did he dig?
That's where it gets tragic. He spent his entire heritage.
To no avail.
Not entirely. He found what resembled a portal, but it was just dead, cold stone. It didn't take him anywhere. He tried to activate it for years, but ultimately his savings ran out. Now he lives in the Mud District, begging for food. He literally gave it all for his dream, but failed. A sad story. Why do you ask, though?
Curiosidad.
Thank you for your help.
Sure. You're welcome. I have to continue my work now. Safe travels, friends.
Vámonos a hablar con el tipo este. Que buscaron los suburbios de Luz Eterna. Está mirando el color del arma. Y si va a ser un arma que pueda aprovechar la tipa esta, ella es de destreza.
The city has its own mountain of problems to struggle with. The biggest ones being the ever-growing gap between...
A ver, ahora eso es más que nada para la tipa de las dagas. Amy creo que se llamaba. $2023. Hace ligeramente más daño. Vamos a dejarlo así, va. A ver qué tal se desenvuelve.
Well then, off to the Mud District. Let's hope Watley's still there.
And still alive.
Got it.
Y como se ha abierto el portal, nos ahorramos el dinero del viaje. Aquí hay algo más.
We should get moving.
Sure.
Esto es habitante del barrio del lodo. Ahora tengo que estar preguntando a la gente del barrio del lodo dónde está dicha persona. Y aparte quito que abrir el teleport este. Vamos a abrirlo antes de nada. Aquí arriba hay otro. Me pregunto qué se piensa la gente cuando ve a 4 tipos locos armados. Hasta los dientes, ¿eh? En fin, vamos a abrir esto y preguntamos a la gente.
Excuse me, madam. I was wondering if you could help me. I'm looking for a man named Ilbertus Watley. He's supposed to live here.
Watley? Oh, you mean that beggar? Ah, he lives here. Does nothing but beg for coins at the marketplace all day long. What do you want from him?
Long story. Much obliged. Well,
Vale, dice que por aquí.
now we
Será este. Hemos acertado a la primera. Quizás por el teleport he tardado ligeramente menos, es igual. Falta uno, ¿no? En el grupo. Ah, no, están todos, vale. Pues esto es la misión del orbe de Luz Eterna. Hablar, hablar y hablar.
I think that's him.
A coin, fair lady. Please, the old father will reward you for your generosity.
I think that's him.
A coin, fair lady. Please, the old father will reward you for your generosity.
We're here because of the island in the Black Sea.
That accursed island. Tiara's breath. Here I thought I was done with it for good.
Pareces dolido.
You seem bitter about it.
How did you guess? I sacrificed everything I had just for some deluded fantasy. From a nobleman in tiaras graced to a beggar in the mud district. Quite the career, isn't it? And all because of some deluded childhood dream. Because I wanted to believe I'm special. Let's not talk about it.
Well, we know for a fact that it exists, and we want to find it.
What?
The island exists, and we have reason to believe there's something on it that we need. And we've been told that you tried to excavate an old Hibernian portal that could lead us there.
Forgive me, but this is a lot to take in.
But that portal exists.
Yes. Yes, it does. But it's useless. Just a piece of stone.
Huh?
Corporal.
Otra pregunta, ¿tienes sangre ibérnica? ¿Esa isla que esperabas encontrar
What
allí?
exactly did you hope to find on that island?
Wealth. At least, that was part of it, and what I told my potential patrons. Then, of course, there was my supposed Hibernian heritage. But, all that aside, Hibernian culture has always fascinated me. I studied archaeology in Greyfell, and as most archaeologists, I was always laughed at. Most people still consider it an expensive hobby for nobles rather than a true craft. I wanted to prove them wrong.
Oh, friend, I can relate to that. You wouldn't believe how much.
You can?
Puedes
Be
enseñarnos
that
el
as it
portal.
may, we need to find a way to get to that island, and building a ship isn't an option. Can you show us that portal?
Haven't you listened? It doesn't work.
We need to try. Can you take us there?
Fine. I can, but only under one condition. You need to pay me. Now, believe me, I wouldn't ask this if I had a choice, but leaving this place during the busiest hours of the day...
Take 60.
Oh, that's... very generous of you. Thank you. Meet me at the excavation site, will you? I need to...
Okay, see you there.
Venga, pues ya está. No sé si venir aquí, el mundo interior. Encuentra un Dargast en la mina abandonada. Esta es la misión de un Dargast. Esta es la del portal. Vamos primero a un Dargast, a ver al tipo este.
Some dreams just stay dreams. We just like to tell ourselves otherwise.
Que quería conocer al golem con alma.
What's next?
Esta he perdido la habilidad del arco, pero bueno, tampoco es que utilizara mucho esa habilidad. Siempre me guardaba para curar el maná, así que... bueno, la perdí mucho. Aquí había salvajes, creo, por esta zona. Aquí están, correcto. Pero no sé dónde van para alcanzar ese punto. Subir por aquí, intuyo. Aquí había, ¿qué? Lobos. Vamos a por ellos.
Finally. Blasted armor.
Will do.
This way, right?
Y un teleport.
Let's see.
Vamos a la mina.
Nowadays, few people remember the reason for Everlight's wealth, the glittering mine. For a long time, it was believed that moonsilver, the most precious and most...
Now would you look at that?
Ah, it is you.
Didn't you say in front of the mine?
I did, but then I realized that it might be wise to scout ahead in order to get a clearer picture of the situation. Come, let us go. The golem and its
Y
supposed
que hay
friend should be further down the mine.
una piedra de reaparición. Espérate, espérate. Espérate que voy a activar primero esto, hombre. Ya está. Este tío sigue para adelante sin esperarme.
Understood.
Get ready.
You're serious about this, aren't you? Fine. All right. Any more mana? No! Not yet!
I did not expect so many creatures.
Strange.
Whatever's necessary.
Aquí tenemos un cofre, vamos a abrirlo.
Leave it to me.
Aquí hay una ruta, pero hay que seguir al tipo este. Otro cofre.
Child's play. Any more mana?
That's the way.
All right, here goes nothing.
Danger up ahead.
Vale.
Easy.
Estos explotan, hostia. Estos explotan. Acércate tú, llévatelos. Vale.
Yes.
Really?
Vamos a poner a esta tipa al arco. Que aún se nos muere.
Yes?
¿Dónde ha ido el personaje este? A ver, TAHAR, ve tú primero.
Up ahead.
Someone's coming.
And it's right.
I know.
Let's see what they have to say. Now would you look at that? Greetings. Are you...
Rick, who are they? I'm afraid.
Don't worry, Hubert. They are not here to hurt you. Judging by the sounds of fighting we heard, I take it you took care of those undead. If so, you have my thanks. They appeared out of nowhere just a couple of days ago and locked us in.
They are dead. We're here to ask you some questions about your friend.
I figured. So I'm guessing you heard the rumors, right? Yes, this is the golem with a soul. And yes, I am the odd fellow protecting him. But before I tell you anything, promise me that you won't hurt him.
I know he might look intimidating, but he's actually quite sensitive.
Lo prometo.
I promise.
Good. That's good.
So, what do you want to know? You didn't come here to take him away, did you?
All right, look. My friend here would like to learn more about Hubert's uniqueness. It would be of great scientific value. Would it be possible for us to examine him?
I don't know. Will it harm him?
Golems were created to endure pain.
What my friend is trying to say is he will do everything he can to keep Hubert comfortable.
What do you think, Hubert?
I don't know.
Fine. If you think it will help us understand Hubert better, then I don't want to be an obstacle. Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Then let us begin. Interesting. Truly interesting. Hubert, I am done. You can rest now.
It wasn't bad, Rick. It tickled a little, but it didn't hurt.
So, what did you find out?
Not much. But let me discuss it with my companion first. Tahar, if you please.
Where is the kind sir going, Rick? I liked him.
So let me
They're
be
just
brief.
going to have a
I
talk.
inspected Hubert's magical
come
core,
back.
and it is rather unusual. It's overflowing with magical essence, unlike anything I've ever seen. My theory is that his remarkable intelligence comes from this irregularity. Unfortunately, I believe that the very same irregularity is also dangerous. The essence within him seems
Una
unstable.
bomba.
It is very likely that it will eventually get out of control and cause an explosion unlike anything this land has ever seen. To me, it appears we have two options. We can destroy the golem, or take it back to the guild and try to harness its power, with the chance to stabilize the core and allow it to live.
I do not think I should make that choice. I consider myself a rational person, but I'm afraid that my fascination with the matter clouds my judgment.
Couldn't we just take him somewhere secluded and leave him be?
I'm afraid that's out of the question. We just don't know what the long-term effect of this instability would be. He could, for example, become feral and use his incredible power to wipe out a city or two. Killing him is the merciful option if his welfare is your primary concern.
¿Cómo controlaría su
What do you
poder?
mean by harness his power?
Well, the possibilities are endless. If we can replicate the structure of its core and stabilize it, it has the potential to change the world. We might even be able to recreate it, thus giving us
El problema
a
es que
power
entregar
source with a
esta
chance
cantidad
to
de poder a
recreate
un gremio.
Obviously, there is no guarantee these experiments will bear fruit. We would also be risking blowing Everlight to smithereens in the process.
If I had to make a guess, I would say that there is a 40% chance that the golem will be stabilized, and we will be able to harness the core. A 40% chance that it will die in perceived agony, and a 20% chance of triggering the devastating explosion.
Déjame que hable con Rick.
That's a tough decision. Let me talk to Rick.
Of course.
So, what did you and your friend talk about?
Well, there's no good way to say this. Hubert's magic core is very unusual. It's overflowing with energy, and while this energy is what makes him sentient, it also makes him dangerous. If we let Hubert stay here, the core might eventually become unstable and explode. That's why I'm afraid I will have to eliminate the risk.
You're joking.
I'm afraid I'm not. I'll give you time to say your goodbyes.
Goodbye? What are they talking about, Rick? What does he mean?
Hubert, I need you to do something. You won't like it, and it will only be this time.
What?
Remember that spider that once got near our hideout? What did you do to it?
I made it stop moving.
Así que manda que nos ataque.
You need to do the same to these people. They are evil, and they want to kill us both. I'm not letting you take him. I won't.
Just give the word. Fair enough. Let's do this.
What's next?
Not now.
Get ready.
Well, it's over. I had wished for a different outcome, but it was necessary. I will return to the guild now and present my findings to the other mages. Just meet me there once you're ready, so that we can continue our previous discussion.
Bueno, vamos a investigar un poco esto, no en este capítulo, en el próximo. Así que nada más, chavales, nos vemos en el próximo capítulo.